If you're looking for a clear, no-nonsense guide to actually making money online, you've come to the right place. Today, we're going to cut through all the hype and give you a real, actionable plan for starting a profitable online business from the ground up. Let's just start by calling out the elephant in the room, right? You've seen the videos, the flashy screenshots of sales dashboards. They make it all seem so incredibly easy. But, the reality is often a whole lot different. So our goal here is to give you a totally unfiltered look at what it really takes to succeed. We're going to lay out a clear, data-driven framework and give you a plan you can actually start with, like, today. So first up, let's tackle the online hustle and really separate what's hype from what's reality. We're going to compare the two biggest paths people take when they get started in e-commerce. Okay, so first things first, let's define these two models, reselling and dropshipping. Because understanding how they actually work, the core mechanics, that's the key to seeing where the real advantages are. Reselling is this beautiful, simple, hands-on model. You find undervalued items, maybe at thrift stores, on clearance racks, really anywhere. You buy them, and then you sell them for more on a marketplace. You are in complete control of your product, from start to finish. Now, dropshipping is a totally different animal. You're basically a marketing middleman. You build a cool-looking storefront, you market products, and when a sale comes in, you just pass that order on to a supplier who ships it for you. You never even see or touch the goods. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly illustrates the crucial difference. With reselling, your main skill is finding valuable items. With dropshipping, your main skill becomes running profitable online ads. Your success literally hinges almost entirely on your ability to get customers for less than you make on the product. All right, so let's put these two models in the ring. We're going to compare them head-to-head on the stuff that really matters when you're just starting out. How much it costs, how much you can make, and how much risk you're taking on. Let's dig into the most important question, especially when your own money is on the line. Where's the profit, and what's the real risk to get there? Okay, just look at the massive difference in startup costs here. With reselling, you can genuinely, I'm not kidding, start with $50 worth of inventory from a local thrift store. But with dropshipping, the real cost isn't the products, it's the hundreds or even thousands you have to spend on ads just to see if a product will sell. That's money you're spending before you've made a single dime. And the profit margins? Well, they tell an even crazier story. It is not unusual at all for a reseller to find, say, a cool vintage t-shirt for $5 and sell it for $40. That's an incredible margin. With dropshipping, that initial margin gets eaten alive by ad costs. And here's the key difference. You pay for ads before you make a sale, while resellers pay platform fees after they make a sale, using the free traffic from the marketplace. This chart really puts it all together. Being realistic, in your first 3 months, a dedicated reseller can actually expect to be profitable. You buy, you list, you sell, you get paid. For a dropshipper, those first few months are almost always spent in the red, just burning through an ad budget to test products that, let's be honest, will probably fail. The data makes the choice for a beginner crystal clear. So after that whole head-to-head comparison, what's the final verdict? And maybe more importantly, what are your first steps to actually get started? Yeah, the data makes it pretty obvious. For beginners, reselling is the clear winner. So now that we know why, let's get into the how. How can you get started on this, right now? Here it is, your 5-step roadmap. And it's a simple, repeatable process. 1. Figure out what people want. Go on eBay and search sold listings for brands you already know. 2. Go find your products. Thrift stores are your best friend here. 3. List them online with really good photos and honest descriptions. 4. Ship your orders. Pack things up nicely and get them out the door. And 5. Manage and grow. Give great customer service and learn from every single sale. To get started, you're going to need the right tools. So let's look at the best places to sell your stuff and the basic legal housekeeping you should probably be aware of. Okay, these are 3 of the heavy hitters. eBay is the giant, right? It's perfect for almost anything and has this huge global audience. Poshmark is more of a social marketplace, all about fashion, where being part of the community is a big deal. And Mercari is awesome for its simplicity and that low, flat fee, which makes it great for getting your feet wet. And now for the less glamorous but absolutely essential part, the legal stuff. Don't let this scare you, though. Getting the basics right from the very beginning will save you a ton of headaches down the road. The main thing to know here is that the rules can change depending on where you live. Generally, if you're just starting out selling used stuff you found as kind of a hobby, you often don't need a special permit. But as your business grows, it's really important to double-check your local, state, and city rules to make sure you're doing everything by the book. So here are the key things to look into. See if your city needs you to have a basic business license. The good news is, marketplaces like eBay handle most of the sales tax stuff for you now, which is a huge help. A reseller license can let you buy inventory from wholesalers without paying sales tax on it. And while an LLC is great for protection, you can totally just start as a sole proprietor. So, you've started, you're making sales, you've got the basics down pat. So where can you take this business next? How do you scale it? Well, a lot of the most successful sellers end up creating this awesome hybrid model. They use the cash they make from reselling to fund bigger, wholesale purchases from suppliers. This gives you the high margins you love from reselling, but with the ability to scale up, since you have lots of the same item. That's how you start to build a real brand. At the end of the day, reselling is kind of like a treasure hunt. It's this active, engaging business where you develop a real, tangible skill. You learn how to spot value where other people just don't see it. And honestly, that's why people stick with it. It's just genuinely fun. So you've got the map. The only question left is, what treasure are you going to find first?